Hello, hello, and welcome, everyone. Happy Friday for some of you that do kind of go into that route. I don't really because I love my Monday to Fridays because that's when I get to be here talking to you. And I'm meeting incredible people. And today, everyone, is not going to be the exception. We have an incredible author all the way from North Carolina. I think I've had another fellow, if I'm not mistaken, from North Carolina. So I'm very excited to bring him on very soon. I'm not sure what the weather is like in North Carolina. I know in here in Canada, we're having a very mild, in Ontario, anyways, very mild winter. So I'm very excited, very happy about that. And I'm not complaining. I know some of you do prefer a little bit more snow, but not here. I'm happy the way things are. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world right now, you are experiencing incredible times and looking forward to this weekend. Maybe relaxing, maybe doing some writing. And why am I talking about writing? Because we're going to talk an author. Maybe getting that idea out, maybe getting that song out, and maybe even starting a brand new business. And this is what the show is all about. Is like, as you can probably not be able to read, but the theme of the show is tell us who you are, what you do, contact info, anything new. And we will work through those questions today with an incredible person. If you are interested in being on the show, please do not hesitate to connect with us. We are all over social media, and obviously, this is broadcast live through our YouTube channel and my website, and all throughout social media. There's so many of them right now that can't even. Uh, I'm not even going to start naming all of them. I know we're in all of them. So yeah, connect with us. DM me through Instagram or just through my page, thelizyt.com. So that's pretty much it for today. And again, looking forward to um, connecting with all of you. Remember, we are live. So if you are interested in chatting with us, do so. Comment, congratulations, any of that sort is always welcome. Even tell us where you watching us from. Love to hear about that. So let's start with our guest, and I will have a little bio for you to be able to have an idea who we are talking about. As you can see by the screen, we're talking to an international author. And I always like to talk a little bit more about the person, not just the writer. His name is, as you can see on the screen, is Joel Levens, and I'm hoping I'm not butchering his last name, or Levens. Uh, he is a father, which is, I love to hear about the person. Obviously, a father, a beloved son. He is an intricate tapestry, and he also is a steadfast friend. So we'd love to have friends here as well. Beyond the integral parts, his identity, Joel also embodies the sense of a third generation farmer. The That's awesome. The Southland pastoral farm rooted in the fertile earth transcend being merely a source of his livelihood. They encapsulate a legacy passed down through generation foreign the profound connection to a land standing as testaments Joel unwavering decision to his family agriculture heritage. Now, he is the author, as you can see on the screen, of an incredible book. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Obviously, this is what the talk is all about. Witness the interview. And let's hear from him with a wonderful round of applause, everyone. Hear from the LizyT. Hello, Joel, and welcome to Canada virtually. Welcome to the LizyT show. How are you doing this evening, afternoon? Not sure what time is in North Carolina. Maybe a little hour behind, I think.
Yes. So the time here is 5:30 p.m.
Okay, so we're actually the same zone time, which is awesome. So, Joel, take us a little bit back. I mean, your background is completely different than actually a writer, an author. You have many hats, as I can read from the bio. Writing, was it always part of your life? Did you journal? Was it something that came later on, or this is divine inspiration, you just had to write this? Take us back, because I love to hear how people come about writing a story, writing their biography, writing in general.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of all that stuff, right? Maybe a little divine intervention. But as a child, I did enjoy writing poetry. Um, so I think that's where my roots started in writing. Didn't journal much, but did love. I always loved to write. So the book, but I will say the book was a stretch.
And you know what, Joel? Every time it is. I have interviewed hundreds of people that have come through for the last 5 years, and for some people, comes easy, and majority of us, I'm an author myself. It is a struggle, and it is challenging, and it is something that it takes work. Sometimes just even putting things in the paper, ideas or even thought or experiences that you've gone through, is the hardest part, because those are sometimes a not good experience. Take myself. And so for you to be able to write it and put it in paper and relive some of those bad experiences, not a good thing. But in your case, this was what inspired you, first of all, to write uh this story, because it is very interesting. I've actually interviewed a lot of people from faith, but this is very different. Tell us a little bit about your inspiration.
uh, so Witness the Interview started out as a book that was to prove or to solidify my belief in Christianity. And as I started doing the research to study, it kind of morphed into what you're about to read now and Witness the Interview.
So your background is born again Christian, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, and family members and all that. And all of a sudden you did some research, or you were called to write this story. What happened in your life that was major to you actually having this event?
So to be quite honest, before I started my journey of writing Witness the Interview, man, I had never even written a short story. Witness the Interview came because I felt compelled uh, to have a relationship with the deity that we call God. And so, in that journey to have a relationship with God, my relationship with God changed dramatically. And we wound up having a better relationship than I could imagine.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you utilize in this book more as a witness, more as experiences, personal experiences. Obviously, you realize that all you believe that you had in the past not only were right, but even affirmed that what you had in your heart from childhood. Any research that you've used other than obviously the word, the Bible? Was there any other research that you used to be able to research what you're reading, what people readers are going to be reading about?
Oh, yeah. So, this was one of my beginner's flaws. So, when I first started writing for Witness the Interview, um, I started doing research and I started researching all the religions that I could possibly think of. So, I went
Okay.
to Christianity. I studied Islam for a while. I studied Hinduism. I studied Buddhism because I wanted to write a compelling book. So, after studying all those religions, they kind of all led me back to the same synopsis is that, hey, treat people the way you want to be treated. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and life kind of works out from there. So, I mean, I guess I would say that was the journey to writing Witness the Interview.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to get, because a lot of us have, in my case, a personal story and it leads to a witness. But in your case, was there any doubt at the beginning? Did you felt in your heart that some more people needed to know more about the truth, and not necessarily different belief or denomination that doesn't lead to um the perfection, and we know the perfection is Jesus Christ, as me and you being a believer. So what happened? Like what was it, the curiosity in your heart, any doubts, maybe a dream, maybe you just, you know what, if I'm thinking this way, maybe other people are thinking too.
So to be quite honest, after I had researched, um, I nearly lost my faith. I was
Mm.
borderline an atheist because I just the research and the ideology didn't match up, and I had a lot of trouble dealing with that. So I kind of walked away from religion for a while, and I took a real step back. But during that step back, I realized that hey, man, Christianity, the Bible, the Quran, all of these great books that was written in antiquity are great moral compasses. Maybe they don't. Maybe they lack the let's say historical record that we might need to be able to prove some of these things, but nevertheless it is a great moral compass. And so I took that and said, okay, listen, I can use it for what it is, which is a moral compass to help me be a better person. And so at the end of it, I walked away feeling like, hey, the Bible and all of these books aren't false. What they are is great moral compasses, and we should use them as such, and stop trying to see more into it than what it is, which is a guide to be a better person.
Mm-hmm. You know, the only one that I've actually heard saying the more they study denominations, religions, beliefs, at the end of it, they become atheist. And that is very normal because you get so bombarded with different topics and different reasons and rationales. And as you know, the Bible, God cannot be reason, cannot be interpreted. It has to be a divine intervention, and I find that a miracle. That's me and you and many other out there that have that intimacy and is able to connect. The Spirit actually wakens us up, and we realize, hey, this is so incredible. How, who are we and what are we doing that we can even doubt or can would even question something so incredible? And that, I find it a miracle. And some they they never come back, unfortunately, but some do. And you were, I like the word that you use, a compass, to a moral life. Absolutely, it's just a guidance. God Himself has ways of dealing with us and talking to us and making sure that we are in the right path. And good for you that you are. What is the response, Joel, from family members that I met your wife previously, behind the scene. She seems very supportive, but what is the feedback that you get from friends, family members, or even people that don't know that you were actually capable of writing such incredible book?
So I had mixed reviews, right? My mother is a minister, so I grew up in a Baptist church. So when my mother read it, or when me and my mother have discussions about it, she's real supportive, because she always reminds me that hey, I watched you do this research. I was there with you, seeing you stay up late at night, going through book after book after book, trying your best to write a good book. So if this is what the results is of all of that work that I saw you put in, then so be it. So she's very supportive. There are also people who say, "Man, Joe, you shouldn't question God. That isn't right. Who are you to question God?" And to those people, I say, if I can't have a relationship with the deity that you call my Father, then how can we have a relationship at all? So um, I say, hey man, if you have been in a place in which you can't talk to your father, man, that is a very sad place, and I'm sorry, and I hope that you come out of that place. But I need to be in a place where I can talk and have a relationship with the deity that I call God, and
Mhm.
that's enough, you know.
I love it. I love it. And you know, the Bible says, "Asking ye shall receive." It a lot of people interpret as ask for money, for possessions, for things. I see it as ask for simple things like I'm questioning this God. You know, it give me an answer, and obviously you did find it. So great for asking. Keep people keep on asking because I'm sure I'm a witness and Joel's a witness. He does answer, so do not worry about that. So for people that are listening to us or will be listening to us later on, because this is recorded, um, you're actually interviewing God. Are you asking pertinent questions that obviously a lot of us have asked? How does it? And I don't want to give your book away because we still need to talk about where people can find the book and so forth and so on. But yeah, are they actual tough questions?
Yeah, so I don't mind because I want people to get into the book and to get into this idea that I had when I wrote it. So the five questions that I asked God in the book are the five questions that were tough for me to swallow as I went along my journey, right? So for example, the first question is there a hell? You know, like because for me, that is a very compelling question because how can you love us and then create a place to burn us for eternity? So I needed to answer about that. So the second question that I posed to God was, what is your relationship with the devil? Because that seems like a very strange relationship that you two have coexisted all of this time, despite the idea that you're supposed to be nemesis to each other. So that was a very compelling question to me. The third question that I asked God was, did you have a childhood? Because the God from the Old Testament seemed very different from the God of the New Testament. So for me, it gave me the question in my mind, did God grow up? Did God evolve? Because the two gods of the Bible seem very different. The fourth question is, what is love to you, God? You know, what does love look like? And I asked that question twofold because I want to know what love is to you because I don't know as a man how can I love something that I could torture for eternity. So I needed to understand that type of love. And then the fifth question you got to read the book for. How about that? I won't give it all away.
Yay! I knew it that you were going to give us a teaser. That is incredible. You know, those are actually questions that I have asked myself, and I am sure that viewers and listeners right now will be definitely questioning themselves too, and they have asked in the past. For me, it was yeah, for sure. Why is there a hell? And I've did. By the way, Joel, did you have all of your questions answered? And we don't you
Yes,
just have to.
I the questions, the answers that you get from God, I think is the fun part of the book. So I did a lot of research in physics actually. So if you go online, I didn't know this, guys. If you go online, you can actually look up physics lectures from like Harvard and Yale. So
Wow.
yeah, and they're free. So
Wow.
I did a
Yeah.
lot of research in with physics to provide you with the best answers I could from a God's response. So it should.
Okay, okay. Well, I had years before I actually has that question answered for me, and I'm not going to tell you guys because this is all about Joel, not about me. But yeah, absolutely, I had that question number one: is there a hell? I've never asked if what is your relationship with the enemy. I never even questioned that. I know that the king of this earth that wants to destroy, lie, and make sure that we don't reach salvation because that's his work. I mean, he chose it, free will, like we can chose not. But never questioned that. So that's an interesting question. And did you have a childhood? I have asked that question myself, but I see as Jesus coming into earth in God form. So, yeah, in earthly ways, I guess he did have a childhood. And what is love? My goodness, I've experienced that in so many ways, and I hope that you have too. And I hope, obviously, um, uh, Joel, I can imagine you being married, being a father, have little a taste of examples, but there are so many out there. That was not even a question for me. That's an assurance. And the last one, I can't wait for you guys to pick up the book. On that note, where can people find it?
You can go to witnesstheinterview.com. That's my page.
Okay.
The books around March, the books March 5th, actually, the book should be available on Amazon and all of those sites. But go to witnesstheinterview.com right now and you could pre-order. Right now, all the pre-orders are going through Cash App. We're working on getting another source of payment because we're aware that everybody doesn't have Cash App, but we're working on it. And as soon as that up, we'll post that and provide that other payment option soon too.
There is also a choice here on Good Thread. Is that a good site for people to be able to pick up the book as well?
Goodthreads, yeah, that'll be a good site to pick it up. Like I said, they won't be available on Goodthreads or Amazon until March 5th.
And March 5th. Okay. But your website definitely has that.
The website, and if you order on the website right now, all pre-orders will be autographed signed by me. So,
Woohoo! That is awesome.
you
Have you
go to,
had a book lunch yet?
no, that's coming up in March as well. So,
Oh my goodness. March is full of surprises for you. This is awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be.
This is awesome. As you can see here too, there's also a video that has been produced for you to be able to check this out. This is incredible. There's no sound because we're talking, so I have muted up. But this is, I love the cover. Was it something that your producer, your PR, your publisher worked out, or?
That was a family affair. Everybody got in on the cover. Me, my wife, my daughter. So that was pretty. That was a family affair. Uh, yeah. So
That is awesome. So this is definitely a family project here. Everybody is into an input. So that is awesome. What people are going to take back? What is in it for me, right? People always ask, what am I going to find? How is it going to help me in my growth spiritually, personally? Because it starts with your spirit and then it goes through the rest of your life while we're here. So people are wondering, why should I pick this book?
the thing that I hope people get from Witness the Interview is a very simple message, which is, as a human being, you're enough. And along my journey, that's what I learned, that we're enough. We all appreciate the life that God has granted us with, and we appreciate this earth that He's allowed us, or God itself has allowed us to live on and to breathe on and to enjoy. But don't forget, despite our shortcomings, like, we're enough, and you're enough. We're as human beings, we are loving beings, we're caring beings, we're thoughtful beings, we're also beings who use curse words, we're also beings who consume alcohol, we're also beings who party, we're also beings who do other nefarious things. But at the end of the day, as a group, I hope when you finish Witness the Interview, you will walk away saying, hey man, like, regardless of what is going on with God, the devil, heaven, hell, earth, me, myself as a human, like, I'm enough. And at the end of the day, I hope that we take that and move forward as a society, because I think it's important that we start to realize that, regardless, um, we're waiting on God to return, and until that day, we got to do our part as humans, as fellow brothers and brother sisters to one another, to make sure that this earth and this world and this life that we were granted so graciously, we do everything in our power to cherish it and to push it forward for another million years.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely. We are enough. We're enough. He died for us. that's
No.
that's more than anybody can do for anybody. I don't think anybody is willing to live, suffer, and die for us. So that is definitely tells you that he loves you, and you are more than enough. You are loved by somebody that did it for you unconditionally, regardless of what you do. And just what he said, yes, we curse, yes, we drink, yes, we do things that Romans said, I do what I don't want to do, right? Paul wrote it to the Romans. I always do what I don't want to do, and what
Mhm.
I want to do I don't do. And he still loves us, and he still have mercy, and he's just like Joel said, it is going to be until his return, and the doors open. The ark is still not up in the waters yet, so take advantage, take that opportunity. And this book can help you with your growth. It can help you with your walk. It can answer many questions, five of them at least, that you're wondering, what is it all about? What is this life? What is my purpose in this planet? And I'm sure you're going to find those answers in that book. This is incredible. Here's the website, everyone. Is that the right website, Joel?
Yeah. I'm always so this is such an amazing journey for me, right? So anytime I see Witness the Interview or anytime I'm on a podcast, it's still so surreal to me that people are actually listening to me talk. So I see my website up there. It's like, oh look, I got a website. So yeah, that's it. Um,
Get used to the fame, get used to the fame. You know what? We all have a calling, and we all have a purpose. Like I was just saying that earlier. And this is it for now. I'm not saying this is it for you for forever. Obviously, nobody's here forever. But this is your calling, to be able to be used as a vessel for you to share the light for other questions that people have in their lives, that are they're wondering, they're suffering, perhaps they're on a point in their life that nothing makes sense, everything is going wrong, and things are going nowhere, and this could be an answer. So I'd say take this ride and enjoy it, use it. Don't get so proud or cocky. Make sure that you know this is God's will in your life, and I know He's going to use you and the book to perhaps save another soul. And that's what we're here about. This is what it's all about, to be able to use this instrument in this wonderful planet that he has created. It's a beautiful place if you take care of it for a short period of time. And I say, what, 100 years, not even, maybe 80, 70. And so, yeah, this has been incredible. One other thing I wanted to ask you, Joel, is for people that are watching that right now, and they have that divine inspiration just as you had, and they also have a story. They also have the with witnessed the interviewed. Um, what would you recommend for them to do? Because a lot of us sit, and I have sit with my book for 10 years of fear of what people may say or think, or now that they know my secret. And it takes guts, right? It takes courage. What would you say to that someone that is listening on the other side of the world?
you're enough. You're
Wow.
enough.
What one word? You're enough. Definitely. Definitely.
Yep. So that's you're enough.
Awesome. Awesome. So the book is going to be launched in March, and also pre-sales on the website that we just checked, and his website. And any other plans for, 2024 is just starting, and here you are with a bam book, interviews, and book launch, and people wanted to talk to you, have your book signed, what are you planning for the future?
Planning for the future. So we have merch coming after the book hits international sales in March. We'll have merch coming on the website, more interviews. We hope to have a podcast coming later this year. So that'll be great. So we can have interviews about very tough topics. So looking forward to that. Everybody that's watching, go to Facebook, to our Facebook Witness the Interview group, and get your witness number. So it's easy. So for example, I'm witness 5137. So go in there. There's all kind of you. If you'll start to see the list, is witness 123. It's witness 23. So go get you a witness number, because once we get the podcast up and going, we're gonna have some fun with that, because we want people to be able to sign in with their witness number. That way they don't have to put their name in there all the time. They can be a witness, and because that's what I want. I just want people to witness this conversation. You don't always got to jump in and ask questions. You don't always got to jump in with an answer. Sometimes you learn the most stuff just by listening. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you can see here on the screen right here,
yeah,
this is the Facebook, and I'm actually joining the group live,
yeah,
which is this is great. This is great. This is the first time I've done this, so I'm glad it worked.
yeah.
So yeah, so this is the Facebook, everyone, and make sure that you join. There's a lot of information here, and a lot of podcasts. This is great. So we're doing this live and podcast. That's awesome. If you do interview people, I'm here. I'm volunteering to be on your podcast if you want to.
Right. Absolutely. I'm
So
looking.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so whenever you get a chance after the show, after the podcast, think about your witness number. So I'm interested to see what witness number you are. So if we got time real quick. So I'm witness 5137. I picked 5 because of my 5 senses. I picked 1 because I believe there's one life force that governs this planet. I picked 3 because I'm aware of me, myself, and I. And I picked 7 because I think 7 is the time and the space that we're in. We have like
Hmm.
7 7 spectrums of light. We're in this 7 space right now. So that's why I'm witness 5137. So pick your witness numbers and come on in and join the chat.
Oh, wow. I see a lot of numbers here. Witness 1920, 1923. That is beautiful. Look at you. You're starting something. I
Uh,
love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. I am enjoying it. This is great. If you're watching from any part of the world, English speaking, obviously, we do shows in another languages as well. Please do not forget to comment on my YouTube channel or all over my social medias. I'm logged in right now on Facebook, and we are broadcasting also on Facebook Live, and so it's 4 and 1. I don't even know how many there are, but anyhow, so yeah, comment, and if you want to get in touch with Joel, please do as well.
absolutely.
Tell I got you on the LizyT show, and the book. Do not forget, this book is going to be helping you in your growth, and that's what is more important. My favorite saying: "What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" Let's keep that in mind. Joel, do you have any last word?
No, hey, shout out to the LizyT show. That's yeah, shout out to you, man. Thank you for having me on. And last words is, hey, man, we're enough. Go check out Witness the Interview. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you read something in there that pushes you forward in your journey and to be great. Yeah, I hope that,
Yes,
I
yes.
hope you find something in there to push you forward in your journey. I know.
Beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead, go ahead. The
No,
stage is still yours.
I know somebody's gonna find something in there to push them forward on their journey. So enjoy the book.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so, so much for being here, Joel. And This is weekend, so I know that you'd rather be with your family and enjoying that weekend. But I'm glad that you've spared a couple of minutes. It's been a little longer than a couple of minutes, but
Yeah.
with us, with my audience, and with my peeps, and yeah, this has been incredible. Many blessings for you and your family. Continue going and keep up the good work. And yeah, love to get to know you more and perhaps be in your podcast. So this has been incredible. All the best. God bless. And we'll see you on Monday, everyone, with another amazing guest. Bye, Joel.
Later.